comfortable seats. All right. So go ahead and sit in your comfortable seat with your legs crossed. And then think about getting your shoulders over your hips. And let your eyes close. We're going to take a moment just to center, to come into the room. And let your hands get heavy. Take a big inhale. And then sigh it all out. Take another big, long, deep inhale. And then exhale, sigh it all out. Let your breath return to normal. Let your spine get nice and long. Let your eyes get heavy. Let your elbows get heavy. Take one more deep inhale. And then reach your arms out to the side and bring your arms all the way up overhead. Let your fingertips touch and then pitter patter your fingertips against each other. Notice how that feels. And then exhale, press the air away from you. Inhale, scoop everything back up again. Let your fingers touch, pitter patter them against each other. And then exhale, press everything away. Inhale, reach your arms up. Make a big V. Let your right hand come down. Press your right palm on the mat. Spread your fingers out. And then reach your left arm up nice and tall. On your exhale, start to bend over to the right. Keeping your left hip connected with the mat. I want you to really think about this deep stretch through your rib cage. Now notice if you started to come forward a little bit and bring yourself back so your shoulders and your hips are still in line. Nice. Take another breath here. Pull your arm like you're pulling down, bringing your elbow into your hip, and then let your arm come down. Roll your shoulders out. And now roll them in the other direction. Reach your arms out and up into a V. Bring your left hand down to the mat. Spread your fingers out. Press down on that mat. Reach your right arm up nice and tall. Exhale, bend over to the left. Keeping your right hip heavy. Pressing that right hip down into the mat. You want to find space as you're compressing. So reach up. Exhale, reach over. And then like you're grabbing onto something over your head, pull it down, tensing up those arms, bringing your elbow all the way back into your waist. Sit up nice and tall. Roll your shoulders back. And now roll your shoulders forward. This time we're going to reach our arms all the way up. And then pull down, holding your arms in that goalpost position. Lengthen, and on your exhale, twist to the left. Come back to center and twist to the right. Come back to center. Let your hands come down behind you. Switch which foot is in front. Nice. All right, reach those arms up. Flowing a little bit more. Let your left hand come down, right hand come down, left hand reaches up and over. And now we're going to put a little dance, a little movement. So twist your spine back and forward. Looking back and forward. And then we're going to float through all the way through, bringing the left hand down, right arm up, bending over to the left. And then find that dance where you look back and you look forward and you look back and you look forward. And then flow everything back up. We're going to walk our hands out, coming into our tabletop position. So from here, we're going to go into our cat-cow. So you're going to drop your belly, open your heart. And then exhale, round your spine. Drop your belly, open your heart. Exhale, round. One more time, drop your belly, open your heart. Exhale, round. Come back to neutral. So we're gonna peel our right arm up. Exhale, thread it underneath our left arm, bring the ear down to the mat. Peel up and open. Exhale, thread through. One more time, peel up and open. Exhale, thread through. This time we're gonna keep our right ear down on the mat. Turn your right palm up to the ceiling. Now you're gonna walk your left fingertips away from your head. And now square your hips back to the mat. So reach your left hip back to your left heel, your right hip back to your right heel. Lift your left arm up to the ceiling, turn your palm, and then bring your left hand all the way around to your right hip. Now from here, maybe you start to open your chest up. So now we're gonna roll onto the right shoulder, coming more onto the right side of the head. Maybe you can gaze up at the ceiling with your left eyeball. Take one more breath here. And then slowly lift the left arm up, back overhead onto the ground, drop back towards your face, and then press yourself back up into your tabletop position. This time we're gonna curl our toes under, we're gonna drop our hips back, bending, stretching our toes. And then when we come forward, we're gonna untuck our toes, drop our heart. So exhale, tuck your toes, round back. Inhale, flatten your toes, open your heart. So like a wave, exhale back. And then inhale forward. One more time. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Come back to your neutral position. This time we're gonna peel up our left hand. Exhale, thread it under our right. Peel up our left hand. Exhale, thread it under. One more time, peel up. Exhale, thread it under. Coming onto your left ear. Walk your right fingertips out in front of you, away from your head. And now see if you can drop your right hip, pull your hips back towards your heel, and breathe here. And now lift your right arm up to the ceiling. Turn your palm towards your back, and then bring your arm all the way around to your left hip. From here, maybe you can pull your right shoulder back a little bit more, opening up, rolling onto the back side of your side back of your head. Nice, Orly. Take one more breath here. And then release that arm up, overhead onto the floor. Walk it back towards your face. Press yourself up back into your tabletop. This time we're gonna bump our hips to the right, look to the left. Bump the hips to the left, look to the right. And now side to side, wagging our tail. Nice. All right, from here, we're gonna extend our right arm forward, left leg back, lift and lower. Lift and lower. So you're lifting your belly button up towards your spine. You're only moving your leg and your arm. You wanna try and keep everything else in your body nice and still. One more. And now this time we're gonna hold it up here and see if on our exhale, we can bring our knee to our elbow, extend back out. Knee to elbow, extend back out. Knee to elbow, extend. One more, knee to elbow, and extend. Lower the right hand down. Lower your left toes onto the mat, flexing your foot. Lift your right shin up and rotate it about 45 degrees. Come onto the inside of your left foot and then peel up and open, coming into this side angle, supported side plank. Take your left arm overhead, make a big circle. We're gonna make 3 circles in one direction. Press into the outer edge of your left foot. You might be a little wobbly. Think about your balance with your core, and now switch your arm into the other direction. Stacking your hips, holding your right shoulder over your right wrist. Last one, and come all the way back into your neutral tabletop. All right, other leg, reach your left arm out, right arm up, lift and lower. Lift and lower. There you go. Nope, straight, up and down. Up and down. There we go. We'll get to the contraction in a moment. 2 more. All right, now from here, let's exhale, draw our knee to our elbow, and then extend back out. Knee to elbow, extend back out. Knee to elbow, extend. One more, knee to elbow, and extend. Now lower your left hand down, lower your right toes down, flexing your foot. Lift your left shin up and turn it about 45 degrees. Come onto the inner edge of your right foot and then peel your right arm up to the ceiling. Nice. So press into the outer edge of your right foot and now take your top arm and make a big circle forward. 1, 2, it doesn't matter which direction you go because after 3, we're gonna go in the other direction and switch other direction. So we're trying to just loosen everything up in these first few minutes of class so that as we start moving a little bit faster, come back into your tabletop position. As we start to move a little bit faster, our bodies are like, okay, this is okay. All right, walk your hands, one handprint forward, curl your toes under, shift your hips back, and then start to slowly peel up into your downward facing dog. Pedal your feet out, right, left, left, right. Lengthening your arms, bringing your head between your biceps. Breathing deeply here. Float your right leg up behind you. Draw your right knee into your chest. Slide your right foot all the way forward between your hands and lower your left knee down. Bring your arms out and around and up, coming into a crescent lunge. Reach your fingertips up. Let your hips sink a little bit forward. Pressing down into the right heel. Nice. One more breath. And then let your fingertips come all the way down. Step back into downward facing dog. Drop your heels, get nice and heavy. Float your left leg up behind you. Bend your left knee, slide it all the way forward, coming into a low lunge. Lower your right knee down, reach your arms out and up, coming into crescent lunge, and then drop your hips forward. So think about pressing down with your feet, which starts to activate your inner thighs. One more breath here, and then float your fingertips down, step back to downward facing dog. Take a breath. We're gonna lift our right leg up, we're gonna bend our knee, open our hip. Take a breath here, straighten the legs, square the hips back to the mat, reaching the right leg back. And now draw the right knee in, stepping back into that low lunge. Take a breath in your low lunge and then lower your knee down, reach your arms out and up, coming into your crescent lunge. Bring your hands back down, step back to downward facing dog. Put your left leg up behind you, bend your knee, open your hip up. Let your right heel get nice and heavy. Which body part is that? Now extend the left leg back out, square your hips off to the mat, draw your left knee all the way in, slide your left foot up, low lunge. Lower your right knee down. Reach your arms up, crescent lunge. Sorry, having a little tongue-tied stuff tonight. And then bring your fingertips down, step back to downward facing dog. All right, lift your right leg up, bend your knee. Now with your knee bent, can you make a leg circle? So circle your knee around. Try that a few more times. Seeing if you can get some mobility into your hip socket. And now extend the right leg back straight behind you. Bend the right knee, slide your right foot up, coming into your low lunge. Pause here in your low lunge, lower your left knee down, reach on up, crescent lunge. Exhale your hands down. This time, slide your foot back into plank position. Hold here, and then lower down, nice and slow, all the way down to the mat. Untuck your toes, elbows back, baby cobra. We'll do that baby cobra one more time, lower down. Think about your elbows pulling back to your hips. Lift up, baby cobra. Come all the way back down. Either come straight up to plank or come up through your knees to tabletop, back into your downward facing dog. Put your left leg up behind you. Bend your knee, open your hip. Now from here, we're gonna make big circles again. So keeping your knee bent, can you circle your leg around in your hip? 1, 2, and 3. Extend your left leg back behind you as long as you can. And now draw your left knee all the way in, slide your left foot up, low lunge. Lower your right knee down, reach on up, crescent lunge. Exhale your fingers down, slide your left foot back into plank position. Hold here. Lower down nice and slow all the way down to the mat. Untuck your toes. Press yourself up to baby cobra, pressing the tops of your feet into the mat and lower back down. One more back bend, press and lift and lower back down. Either come up through plank or onto your hands and knees into your downward facing dog. Breathe here. Long, slow, deep breaths. Gaze forward at your hands and slowly start to walk your feet all the way up to meet your fingers. Coming into your forward fold, hanging heavy, maybe a slight bend in your knees. Maybe you sway your hips side to side. And then when you're ready, you start to roll up nice and slow, one vertebra at a time. Pressing your feet down, engaging your belly button, protecting your back as you slowly roll all the way up to stand. Nice. Roll your shoulders out. 1, 2, 3. Let your fingertips get long and heavy by your side. Maybe close your eyes, see if you can find some balance in standing on both feet. Take one more deep, long, slow breath here. And now bring your arms all the way out and up, palms touch. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine, flat back, hands on your shins, your thighs, or maybe your fingertips are on the floor. Lower your hands down, slide your right foot back, low lunge. Slide your left foot back, plank. Lower your knees, bend your elbows, lower your chest and chin. Untuck your toes, baby cobra. Lower your chest down, come up through tabletop or plank into downward facing dog. Take a breath. Step your right foot forward, low lunge. Step your left foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. And then we'll exhale right back down again. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands. Step your left foot back this time. Slide your right foot back to plank. Lower your knees, bend your elbows, lower your chest and chin, untuck your toes, baby cobra. Exhale. Coming up through tabletop or straight up into plank, downward facing dog. Take a breath here. And now step your left foot up to your hands. And then step your right foot up to meet it. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Exhale your arms down by your side. Take a breath. All right, inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, slide your right foot back. Bring your hands onto your left thigh or reach your arms all the way out, coming into your high lunge. Take a breath here, and then let your fingertips come down. Step back to plank. Knees, chest, chin, or if you're ready, lower halfway down, coming into an upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Breathe here. Lift your left leg up behind you. Step your left foot forward. Step your right foot forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way out, palms touch. Exhale, right back down again. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, slide your left foot back, low lunge. Bring your hands onto your right thigh. Once you have your balance, bring your arms up, high lunge. Exhale your hands down. Slide your right foot back to plank. Your choice, knees, chest, chin, or halfway down, chaturanga, baby cobra, or upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. And breathe. Lift your right leg up behind you. Step your right foot all the way forward. Step your left foot up to meet it. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up. Palms touch. Exhale your arms down by your side. Close your eyes. Take a breath. Let your shoulders relax. Inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, slide your right foot back, low lunge. Climb your hands onto your left thigh. Once you have your balance, reach your arms up and over. Open your arms into a T. Inhale, exhale, twist to the left. Take a breath here. And then cartwheel your hands down. Slide your left foot back. Your choice, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, baby cobra, or upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Breathe here. Float your right leg up behind you. Step your right foot up between your hands. Step your left foot up to meet it. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up to stand, and then exhale, fold right back down again. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, slide your left foot back, low lunge. Bring your hands onto your right thigh. Once you have your balance, reach your arms up. Once you have your balance, reach your arms out to the side, lengthen, exhale, twist to the right. Beautiful. Reach that left heel back. And now cartwheel your hands down. Slide your right foot back to plank, your version, your vinyasa. Skip it if you don't need it. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Breathe here. Ooh, getting nice and warm. Float your left leg up. And then step your left foot up between your hands. Step your right foot up to meet it. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way out, hands touch. Exhale your hands down by your side. Take a breath. Nice and slow. From here, we're going to keep our feet parallel. We're going to sit down into our chair pose. Bringing our arms up by our ears if that's possible. Now in your chair pose, think about shifting your weight back into your heels and see if you can sit a little bit lower. Beautiful. Reach on up. Let your arms come down by your side. Take a breath. We're going to do that again. So sit your hips back, reach your arms up. Bring your hands to heart center and lift your left heel off the ground. Keep your left toes on the ground so you have one heel lifted. Lengthen your spine and then exhale, you're going to twist to the left. Bringing that right elbow to the outer edge of the left knee if that's available. Press the left knee into the right elbow. Take one more breath here. Come back to center. Lower your heel. Stand all the way up. We have two sides. Sit back down. Nice. Bring your hands to heart center. This time lift your right heel. Keep those right toes on the ground. Lengthen your spine and now twist to the right. Bringing your left elbow to the outer edge of the right knee if it's available. Looking up over the right shoulder. One more breath here. And then come back to center. Lower your heels. Stand up. And shake it out. We're going to do that one more time. So sit down, reach your arms out. This time, if you can, keep both heels on the floor. This makes it harder to twist, so bring your hands to heart center. Breathe in, exhale, twist to the left. So the space is longer, it's further away when you don't lift the heel. That is up to you. Maybe you want to release the prayer and open your wings. Still pressing that left knee against that right arm. And maybe you can bring your top arm all the way around like we did at the beginning of class. Look up over that left shoulder. One more breath here. And then we're going to slowly unwind and come all the way back up to stand, however is comfortable for you. Definitely shake this out a little bit before we do the other side. All right, twisting gets a lot of stuff going on around here. So you feel a little, ew, that's not unusual. Sit back into your chair pose. Bring your hands to heart center. Lengthen your spine, twist to the right. Bringing your left elbow to the outer edge of your right knee. Breathe here. It's a deeper twist than it was. Lift your heel if you need to shorten that space. Maybe open your arms. Maybe bring your top arm around your back to your opposite hip. One more breath. And then slowly unwind however it's comfortable, but make sure you do it slowly and shake it out. All right, that was a lot of moving through our waist. It should feel good though. We should feel nice and warm. Go ahead and come to the front of your mat. Inhale, bring your arms all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. We're going to hold here in this plank for a moment. Think about pressing your hands into the mat, rotating your elbows, your arm, the eyeballs of your elbows forward, lifting your belly button up, heels back. And now either lower your knees, chest, chin, or go halfway down. Come into baby cobra or upward facing dog. And then exhale into downward facing dog. In our down dog, we're going to alternate, we're going to bend alternating knees. Bend and bend like we're walking, nice and slow. Keep pressing the mat away from you as you slowly alternate heels. All right, now let both heels get heavy. Press your fingertips, your knuckles, your thumb and your forefinger into the mat. Put your left leg up behind you. Draw the left knee in, slide the left foot up, coming into your low lunge. Reach your arms all the way out. All right, from this lunge position, we're going to be here for a little while. So if you need to hold on to a wall or something, go ahead and do that. We're going to straighten the front leg, and then we're going to bend it. We're going to straighten the front leg, and then we're going to bend it. So you really need to engage those inner thighs. Two more. One more. And now we're gonna stay in this low lunge. We're gonna do the opposite. We're gonna bend our back knee and straighten our back leg. Bend our back knee. So this for me is really hard because I'm very tight through this front hip flexor. Bring your hands to your waist, your leg, whatever you need to do. If it's too much to keep them up overhead. 2 more. Last one. And now we're gonna drop that foot and open into our warrior two, which has never felt so great, right? Sink a little bit lower. Turn your left palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Nice long stretch here. Breathing slowly. And then come back to warrior two. Gaze out over your left fingertips. Bend your left arm, place it on your left thigh, reach your right arm up to the sky. And now reach your right arm overhead so your bicep and your ear are near each other. And then think about opening your heart to the side. Engaging your glutes, engaging your inner thigh, pressing into your big toe, your pinky toe, and the heel of your left foot. Come back up to warrior two. And now cartwheel down, step back to plank. Go through your version of your vinyasa. I know that was a lot, but it felt really good. You know you loved it. All right, back in our down dog. We're gonna alternate bending those knees, taking that slow walk. Right, left, right, left. And drop both heels, press the mat away from you, lengthen your spine. Reach your right leg up nice and high. Bend your right knee, bring it all the way forward, step into your low lunge. From here, you're gonna make your way into your high lunge however you can. Again, if you need something to hold on to on this side, go ahead and get that. And now we're gonna straighten our front leg and then bend it back down. Straighten and bend. Straighten and bend. Straighten. One more time. And now stay down in this low lunge. We're gonna bend our back knee and lengthen it. Bend and lengthen. Keeping your balance, thinking about squaring your hips to the front of the mat, really connecting your front foot to the mat. One more. Last one. And now turn your back foot down, come into your warrior two. Gaze over your right fingertips. Turn your right palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior, towards the back wall. There you go. Breathe here. Come back to warrior two, gaze over those right fingers. Bend the right arm, place it on the right thigh, reach the left arm up to the ceiling. Drop your right hip. Reach your left arm over your head. Take one more breath here. And then come back to warrior two. Cartwheel yourself down. Step back to plank. Go through your version of your vinyasa. Knees, chest, chin. Baby cobra. Back through tabletop. Hips back, peel up into downward facing dog. So this time we're gonna drop our heels to the right and then come through center, drop them to the left. Come through center, drop them to the right. So we're just moving our hips and our legs a little bit differently than we normally would. And then come back to center and realign in your downward facing dog. Reach your left leg up behind you, draw your left knee in, come all the way into your low lunge. Pause here, reach your right heel back. Reach your arms up, high lunge. We're only gonna do 3 this time. So lengthen and bend. Lengthen. We did 5 last time in case no one was counting. Lengthen and bend. And now back knee, down and up, down and up. One more. and up. Turn your back foot down, open into your warrior two. So in this warrior two, you're pressing into the outer edge of that back foot. Turn your left palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Come back through warrior two, bend your left arm, place it on your thigh, side angle. Drop your left hip down a little bit more. Breathe here. Come back into your warrior two. We're going to turn back into our high lunge facing the front of the mat. And then we're going to bring our hands down to the floor. We're going to scoot our back foot in a little bit and see if we can place it down to come into a pyramid pose. So in pyramid, your legs, your feet are closer together. You can have blocks underneath your hands if you need to, but your left toes should be pointing forward and your right toes are at a little bit of an angle. Maybe you're up on your fingertips. Think about lengthening and straightening your spine, and then exhale, round forward. So it's a little bit of a cat-cow. Lengthen and straighten. Exhale, round. Inner thighs are very active. Lengthen and straighten. Exhale, round. We're going to bend the front leg, slide back into our low lunge. Plant our right hand, twist up to the left. Lower our right knee down. Twist our hand towards the back, reach back towards our right foot. Maybe you can clasp onto it, maybe not. Breathe here. Let your hips sink forward. You can place your right hand up on a block if you need a little bit extra space. And then slowly release your right foot. Bring your left hand to the mat. Curl your right toes, lift your right knee, slide your left leg back into plank. Go through your version of your vinyasa. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Again, think about lengthening your hips up, pressing the mat away from you. This is our opportunity to take a breath to realign. And now drop your heels to the right and then over to the left, up and over to the right. And if you're like, no, I don't like this, that's fine. Don't do it. And then come back to center. Put your right leg up behind you, bend your right knee, slide it forward, coming into a low lunge. Reach your arms all the way up, high lunge. Straighten your front leg, bend your knee. Straighten and bend, straighten and bend. Now bend your left knee and lengthen. Bend your left knee and lengthen one more time. All right, turn and open into your warrior two, pressing into the outer edge of your left foot, gaze over your right fingertips. Turn your right palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Come back to warrior two, gaze over those right fingertips, bend your right arm, place your right arm on your right thigh, reach your left arm up to the ceiling. Breathe in and lengthen. Exhale, left arm over your head. Pause here. Come back to warrior two. We're going to rotate back into our high lunge, coming up onto the toes of our left leg, reaching our arms back up into the air. And then straighten the front leg, bring our hands down to the floor, scoot our back leg in. So again, our feet are next to each other like railroad tracks. Our right toes are pointing forward. Our left toes are at a little bit of an angle. Hands are on blocks or the floor. Lengthen your spine and then exhale, round forward. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, round forward. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, round forward. Bend your front knee, slide your left leg back into a low lunge. Plant your left hand, twist up to the right. Lower your left knee down, reach your right arm back, bend your left foot. Maybe you hold on to it, maybe not. Breathe here. And then release your leg. Lift your left knee, slide your right leg back to plank. Go through your version of your vinyasa or skip it. And we will meet in downward facing dog. Breathe here in your down dog. Nice. Let your heels get heavy. Lift your belly button up as you push your hips up and away from you. Fingers are making an L shape. You're pressing into your thumb and your pointer finger. Float your left leg up behind you. Draw your left knee all the way forward, coming into your low lunge. Reach your arms up. Only one this time. Straighten the front leg, bend the knee. Bend the back leg, straighten it. Open into warrior two. Turn your left palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Come all the way through to side angle, left forearm on left thigh, reach the right arm up all the way over. Lengthen from your right fingertips towards the outer edge of your right foot. Turn your heart just a little bit more open. Take one more breath here. Come back into your warrior two. Straighten your left leg, turn your toes to face the door. Bring your hands to your waist, and then engaging your butt, engaging your inner thighs, start to hinge forward to a flat back, gazing out in front of you. When you're ready, reach your hands down to the floor. Walk your hands over towards your right foot, bend your right knee. Breathe here in this lateral lunge. Walk your hands back to center, both legs straight. And then walk yourself over to the left, bend the left knee. Breathe here. Come back up to center. Find engagement in your inner thighs, in your glutes, in your core. If you have that and you feel comfortable, you can bring your hands to your waist and hinge back up. If you're not comfortable, roll back up. Either way. And then bring your arms up into a beautiful X shape. I am here. And then come into your warrior two to your front of your mat. Bending your left knee. Cartwheel your hands down. Step back to plank. Go through your version of your vinyasa. And we will meet in downward facing dog. Breathe here. Nice. Let your heels get heavy. Press into the L shape of your hands. Put your right foot up behind you, bend your right knee, slide it all the way forward, low lunge. Reach your arms out and up, high lunge. One time, straighten the front leg, bend the front knee. Bend the back knee, straighten the back knee. Turn the back foot down, open into your warrior two. Turn your right palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Take a breath. Flow all the way through to side angle, right forearm on right thigh, left arm reaches up and over. Drop your right hip just a little bit more. Turn your heart open just a little bit more. Come back to warrior two, turn both toes towards the left, towards the windows. Bring your hands to your waist. Press into the outer edges of your feet. Feel that lift up through center. And now hinge forward. Bringing your hands down to the floor when it feels comfortable. This time, we're gonna walk our hands over to the right. Reach your left hand to your right ankle. This might be where you stay. Maybe you can bring your right hand to your right hip and start to twist open to the right. That is up to you. Maybe you've done enough twisting. Maybe you don't want to twist anymore. Take one more breath here. And then unwind both hands back down to the floor in front of you. Take a breath here. Reach your right hand to your left ankle. Stay here or take it a little further by taking your left hand to your left hip. And then twist looking up at the ceiling. Breathing here. And then unwind. Come back to center. So press into the outer edges of your feet, find strength in your legs, bring your hands to your waist and hinge all the way up. Turn your right toes to the front of the mat, exit into warrior two. Cartwheel your hands down, step back to plank, go through your version of your vinyasa. Knees, chest, chin, this is the last one. And we'll all meet in downward facing dog. Shake your head, yes. Shake your head, no. Float your right leg up behind you, bend your right knee, open your hip. And then start to bring your right knee behind your right wrist, coming into a setup for pigeon. So hold with me for a moment here, sitting up nice and tall. Lift, press into the top of your foot, lift your knee a little bit off the mat, and then let it rest back down. Now maybe you need a sweatshirt or a t-shirt or something under your right hip or a pillow. You can go ahead and get that. Yeah, there, isn't that nice? And now come down to your forearms and now come all the way down, forehead to the mat if that's available, or maybe onto your hands or a block. So using something underneath your hip, that is perfectly normal. Our bodies are not even right to left. And so sometimes we need assistance, propping, cushion to help ourselves settle into something. We want to be able to let go of the tension in the muscles. We want to be able to let go of the tension in the jaw and the forehead, the waist and the hips. Wherever your head is, maybe you can gently rock it side to side. And then think about getting maybe just a little bit longer. Maybe your leg can go back a millimeter further. Maybe your arms can stretch out a little bit further. Feel that gorgeous lengthening and releasing through your body. And now start to slowly walk yourself back on up. We're going to roll onto that right hip and bring the left foot all the way around, coming into a cross position. So both hips are on the mat. Left foot is up, knee is up, left foot is over on the right side. We're going to take our right elbow, we're going to hook it around our left knee, and then we're going to swim our left arm back behind us. Breathe here in this twist, looking past our left shoulder. Feeling the sweat. And then slowly take a counter twist all the way to the other side. Come back to center. And then unwind yourself back into your tabletop, back into your downward facing dog. Float your left leg up behind you, bend your left knee, open your hip. And then bring your left knee behind your left wrist. Slide your right leg back. Stay upright just for a few breaths. Make any propping additions that you need to. Press into the top of your right foot, lift your left knee up, and then maybe walk your left knee back just a little bit more. Go ahead and slowly melt yourself down onto your forearms. That may be as far as you're going. Maybe you have more in you tonight, and you can come all the way down. Beautiful. Taking a big inhale, and on your exhale, let it all go. Let go of a little bit of energy, a little bit of tension, a little bit of whatever you have stuck inside of you. Walk those right toes back a little bit further. Walk your fingers forward just a tiny bit more. And breathe. Let your jaw relax. Let that space between your eyebrows relax. Let your shoulders relax. And now start to slowly walk yourself back up. Roll onto that left hip and bring your right leg up and over. So your right foot is on the outer edge of your left foot. Sit up nice and tall. Maybe you can hook your left elbow around your right knee and then swim your right arm back behind you. Look over your right shoulder. Sit up nice and tall. Breathe here. And then come into a counter stretch. And as you unwind back to center, we're going to uncross our legs. We're going to place both feet on the mat in front of us, knees to the air, arms are going to reach past our legs. We're going to engage that core and we're going to slow roll back to a count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Walk your feet in so your knees are still pointing up to the ceiling. You should be able to tickle the heels of your feet with your fingertips. I want your toes pointing away from you towards the end of your yoga mat. Your shins are reaching towards your toes. Your palms of your hands are either down on the mat or you're holding onto the edges of your yoga mat. We are going to come into a bridge. So start to peel your hips up, lifting your hips, lifting your middle back, lifting your upper back. So the back of your head is on the mat. You're gazing straight up at the ceiling. Think about bringing your chest closer to your chin. Press your hands into the mat or grip the sides of your mat. 2 more long, slow breaths here. And then slowly roll down 1 vertebra at a time. You can keep your knees where they are, or if it feels better to you to windshield wiper right to left, you can go ahead and do that too. All right, we're gonna do that again. So bring your feet back onto the mat, toes pointing away from you. You should be able to brush the heels with your middle finger. Pressing your palms down in the mat, start to peel up 1 vertebra at a time, your lower, your middle, your upper back. This time, maybe you interlace your fingers and then shimmy your shoulders in to get a little bit more space underneath your chest. As you do that though, make sure you're still pressing down into your big toe and your pinky toe, and that you're not rolling in or out on your feet. You want your feet to be connected with the mat like they're tripods. Lift your chest up. Take another breath here. Lift your right heel up. Lower your right heel down. Lift your left heel up. Lower your left heel down. Maybe lift both heels up. And now lower both heels down, release the grip, and slowly roll down 1 vertebra at a time. Let your knees windshield wiper side to side. Bring your right knee into your chest, extend your left leg away from you. Breathe in, and then as you exhale, draw your right knee across your body, coming into a reclined twist. So you can keep a hand on the knee, you can extend an arm out, whatever feels good, trying to get that extra opening through the chest. And then roll back to center. Hug your left knee and extend your right leg out. And then bring the left leg over to the right, opening the left arm. Coming into your reclined twist here. And then come back to center. Maybe you want to hug both knees in, gently rock side to side. Maybe you want to take a happy baby, holding on to the outer edges of your feet, or any other last movement that you need to take before we move into our Shavasana. So extend your arms and your legs away from you, getting as long as you can, squeezing everything in. And then on your exhale, let it all relax down, arms by your side, feet flop open. Take a big breath in, tense everything up, squeezing your toes, your calves, your legs, your belly, your chest, your arms, tightening everything up, squeeze it all in, and then exhale, let it all go. One more squeeze, breathe in, hold it in, tighten everything up, tense everything, squeeze, 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 and then exhale, let it out. We're going to move into our moments of stillness. Maybe you let your eyes close. Maybe you cover your face with something. Let your breath slow down. Get nice and long. Remember, this is the time to let your body absorb all that hard work you just did. If you're at home, you're welcome to stay in your Shavasana as long as you want. If you're here with me, go ahead and start to wake your body up, wiggle your fingers, let your head roll side to side, reach your arms out overhead, and then roll onto one side. From there, when you're ready, go ahead and press yourself up into a seated position. And once you're in a comfortable seat, bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Feel the breath, feel the heartbeat, feel your life moving around inside of you. And then thank yourself for coming. Thank yourself for taking this time to practice. I thank you all for allowing me to lead you through this. Namaste.